Hey, folks, welcome to the Mañana Nomás Tech Talk Thursday. I have been planning this one all week to share with you not this AI tool, that AI tool. I mean, we're going to talk a little bit, about AI tools. I'm going to show you a couple of things that I use, but it's more like about the journey, right? The real world journey with AI. Because here's what I see, and you can obviously chime in with a comment, tell me I'm crazy, tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. But working on the web the way that I do, I'm always saying, "Oh, I'm going to learn more about AI. I'm going to learn more about AI." And I keep thinking, "Oh, I got to dive in. I really don't know enough about AI." And then as I take some of these courses or attend a webinar or do something in the AI space, it becomes painfully apparent to me that in the scope of what they're talking about, I am an expert. That's really hard to stomach for me because I don't feel like an expert. And then what I find, like let's say I go to a business meetup or I do something here in town. Let's make sure I'm not missing something there. If I go to a business meetup or do something in town, people start asking me questions, and then I realize that the expectation or the thought of, see, oh, it's going to be a long day for me. Okay, so to understand where people are really at in their own journey with AI, I thought, what if I just share some things? What if I just talk about actually using AI? So, for example, a lot of people are instantly going to say, "Oh, well, Chat GPT." So, Chat GPT has become like the Google of search, right? They say, "Oh, what does just do Chat GPT?" Sometimes people will say chat gpt or create a gpt or something like that. They'll say that, and they might mean go to grok or go to some other tool, right? Go to perplexity. And then but they're using chat gpt just like we say, well, just google it, right? Just google it. But you could be in bing, you could be in something else. And I'm not saying that's right. What I'm saying is that's human nature. That's how we behave as people. And so a couple of things that I think are really, I'm going to say, confusing or misleading about AI in general is, for instance, and I'll just do a really quick screen share here. If you've never been to ChatGPT, I mean, this is the website that is ChatGPT. This is it. You got ChatGPT up the upper left hand corner. What can I help with? Ask anything. And then options. I mean, it looks almost like a blank Google search bar. And so there's not a lot for people to really dive into. And so when I first started working with AI, it wasn't even this. I don't know if you guys remember the names of things, or as things came and went. Do you remember a thing called Jasper? Jasper was an AI tool to help with writing. And I first got exposed to Jasper when one of the founders reached out to me through LinkedIn and said, "Hey, I see that you're writing a book. Have you tried Jasper? Would you like to try Jasper?" And then was telling me how easy it was, just a matter of hours, to put out a book. And as a published writer, I got to tell you, at the time, this was, oh my goodness, was this 5, 6 years ago? This was a long time ago. Um, it might have been 5 or 6 years ago, but we met, and, oh, do this, do that, give it some feedback, and push this button here, and it'll start generating a book for you. And as a published writer, the cackles on my neck went up. I was so insulted, and I was indignant almost, right? And I didn't portray it to the person I was meeting with, but I was like, I really like to be in control of how I express myself. I really like to be the person like, I like to write. I like to express myself. I'm not looking for a tool to take over the job for me. I'm not looking, because it's a thing I do that I want to do. It's not a thing I do that I have to do. And so I'm not looking to I'm not looking to use some machine to express me, right? Now, I'm going to be really clear and let you know that over time, some of that has changed. And so I'm not sure if Jasper's still around or not. Okay, but Jasper wasn't one of the ones that I had used. So I got involved a little bit more and more on the agency side of things and working with people like Jonathan Denwood at WP Tonic and stuff like that. And one of the things that uh, I looked at was a tool that he had for his customers called Bertha. And so Bertha AI, and I'll put that up on the screen for you. This is one of my websites here. This is Action Leadership from the Edge. This is the website that we have to market our book and our courses. But if we go to the dashboard in this website, you're going to see that there's a tool in here called Bertha. And Bertha AI will help write blog posts and things like that. And so if we go down to Bertha and I select Launch Bertha, Bertha comes up right over here on the right-hand side. And what do you want to do with Bertha? Do you just want to chat with Bertha? Do you want to take a look at some prompts? And this is when I started to enjoy some of the features of AI. Because like I said, you go to Chat GPT, you go to Grok, you go to Llama, you go to any of these tools, you're basically looking at a blank screen and you're like, oh, what do I do? It's like, to me, that's almost the writer's block, right? You get in there and you go, I don't even know what to do in here. And so if you look here, website copy generation, what do you want to do? What's your unique value proposition? What's your website sub headline? What, do you have a call to action button? What do you want that button to say? Titled benefit sections, content rephraser. So content rephraser was a thing that I started to use in this website. I would write something and then I would paste it into Bertha's magic here and it would rewrite it for me. It would basically take my existing, and this was important to me, this would take my existing content, my existing stuff, and it would say, oh, here's a better way to write that so people can understand it. And that to me was a big tool. Sometimes my writing comes out in complex sentences, and sometimes I need to simplify my expressions, and content rephraser worked really good about that. Now, there were some other tools in here that I really didn't use, but like an FAQ list, FAQ answers, a personal bio. Let's see if it's still in here. Personal bio. Yeah. So you would put in some personal information about yourself, write a paragraph, and then let it generate the bio for you. So personal information, right? I would say that my name is Kurt Von Annen, and then I would just say published author, speaker, trainer, just bam, and then click generate ideas, and it'll generate 4, 5, 6 different examples of what you work with. All right, so Bertha AI kind of introduced me to this idea that AI could be a pre-formatted tool that did some of the big chunk items that I wanted to do. That to me is important. So if I'm talking about my journey with AI, what I'm trying to share with you is I I took a path where I didn't have to be an AI expert to get the benefits of AI. I took the path where I was like, hey, here's a tool that leverages AI, and that tool fits my use case. And that's how I really got started in using AI. Now, my work with WP Tonic has had me explore many, many, many AI tools. So if you went to WP Tonic's YouTube page, you would see episodes where we've covered, different AI tools. There was one episode where we covered like 18 AI tools. Like we literally just went through like this one's for content, this one's for images, this one's for video, this one's for this one's for that. Right. And so I had to start saying, well, what am I going to use AI for? And what am I not going to use AI for? So where am I going to personally draw my boundary for how I'm going to use AI? And this is a really good subject, folks. So if you guys want to jump in with any comments, no matter where you're watching, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, wherever you're at, go ahead and put comments in. I should see them come through. Go ahead and answer your questions and things like that. AI is one of these kind of like personal discussions. It seems like everybody has a favorite, and then that's kind of what they stick with. Now, One of the AI tools that I kind of fell in love with, I'm going to tell you right now, is called Write Blogger. Write Blogger is it's like a pre-formatted AI tool. So remember, I said I'm looking for tools that match my use case. This is very important. As you know, I go live quite a bit. I have a lot of YouTube content. Um, I do a lot of stuff in StreamYard, and so Write Blogger allows me to take video. It allows me to do a lot of things. So Write Blogger allows me to take video and then generate a transcript from that video. Not a big deal. There's a lot of tools out there that'll say, oh, give you a transcript of a video. I can also put in a video and it'll give me a summary post from that video. So basically it takes the transcript and makes a summary post of that video. So one of the things that you need to be aware of with AI is that some of the search engines and stuff, Google recognizes AI content and discredits your domain authority for search if you use a lot of AI content. And so if I have AI content on my page, but it's a summary of what I spoke, then I have a little domain authority. Now, if I add in that original video, that adds to the domain authority. If I add some extra elements to what's written, that adds some domain authority. And then if I pepper in a couple of, internal and external links to that existing content, again, that adds to that domain authority. So if I'm trying to get search content to come to me, if I'm trying to be a content marketer and I'm trying to attract people to the website by using those tools, then that's kind of a really good strategy, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Write Blogger real quick, and I'm just going to kind of show you what the dashboard looks like. Now, I already showed you what ChatGPT looked like, so this is going to feel a little bit different. If you look at the content dashboard for Write Blogger, you're going to see because I just changed my account. I was on the unlimited for a long time. But so if we go to pricing right here, you can see there's a free trial and then there's unlimited, right? And I was paying the $30. I was paying $30 a month. It gives you a better deal if you go yearly, right? So I was doing $29 a month. But if you take a look at everything that's here, it does a lot of stuff. So if we go to tools, let's take a look at tools. Um, Article writer, post ideas, keyword research, YouTube video description. So this is the one that I use quite a bit. You would put in the video and it would give you a description for that video. If we go further down, you're going to see there's a lot of blogging tools, and these are very specific tools. So you say, oh, I need a post outline. You give it a subject, it writes the outline. You can add, delete, modify anything in the outline, right? So it's not all AI generated. Like you see the outline, you go, oh, that's really good. I didn't think about that, but I want to make sure we cover this, this, and this. You add that to the outline. Then you take the outline and you say, use this outline and write an article about it. And then you can add in your personal touches and your content is ready to go. You want to just do a paragraph, you can do that. If you wrote a post, but you want AI to kind of give you a conclusion or a summary of that post, you would say post conclusion. And so it would do that for you. This to me is, some people would call this like an AI agent. Some people say, well, that's an AI agent. To me, this is more than an agent because it's doing all of these things, all of these SEO tools, all of these social tools. Now, the social tools is what I really used Write Blogger for. YouTube video outline, generate a video script outline from a topic or a video title. If I was going to go live about something that was technical, I might use this to draw an outline for me that gave me kind of a story arc to follow in making that video. So not necessarily a script, but bullet points to make sure that I hit, right? So I would do that sometimes. YouTube video to a blog post. This is the one I talked to you about. It says popular. I use this one a lot. So take a YouTube video, boom, morph it into a blog post. YouTube video to tweets. So do I want to take a YouTube video and have it generate 20 tweets off of that 30-minute video. I can do that right there, right? Video script, video transcript. I mean, you get the idea. All these things are in here. And so I would use that. Now, sales tools. I didn't do anything with the sales tools, right? Just because it's there doesn't mean I need to use it. But let's say I'm somebody that was having, maybe I have writer's block with writing a sales email, a freelance proposal. Look at all these things, course outlines, product name. Now I do a lot with e-learning. So the e-learning that I do, maybe I need help with a course outline. Maybe I wanted to review a course outline and say, can you suggest anything I'm missing that I should include in this course? Right? That's a really good way to go. It's just kind of get like that second opinion thing going. Productivity tools. We got translators, summarizers, content fillers. Content fillers work in great because let's say that you're writing about a topic and you just kind of go and click that, boom, it goes, and this. Do you like this or do you want another option? Do you want this or do you want another option? And so I really started to like write Blogger from that perspective. Now, somebody in the AI space came to me and said, Kurt, you're paying for this, you're paying for that, you're paying for the other thing. AI is not cheap. Like it starts to, if you start subscribing to everything, it really starts adding up. So for instance, I have one that I signed up for, and I think that is the right link. Let me pull that up. Yep, that is. And so I signed up for Opus Pro. And if I make sure that I'm in the right screen for you, I'll do a quick share. This to me is a great tool, right? So this is Opus. You might have heard of Opus Clip. One long video, 10 viral clips, create 10 times faster, right? And so these are these videos that you see all over social. Someone's having a conversation and AI just breaks it out and does it. If I go to my dashboard, you're going to see that I've got videos in here that I have used. And so From Chaos to Control was a talk I did last week. I basically took that link, dropped it in, and it could be Zoom, Twitch, StreamYard. It can be any of these things. So we drop the link in there, and then we set it up to, what kind of platform do I want? What kind of results am I looking for? And so that's the template. And then you see it generates all of these. Let me turn that off. That generates all these different videos. So that video was, I think, 35, 40 minutes long. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's 6, 12, 18, 24, 28 different videos. And you'll see one thing that's really nice about Opus Clip is if I open this up, it's going to tell me, this is what is in the post. This is the transcript. It's 99 out of 100 for virality, right? It's the quality of the video, right? The hook, the flow, the value, the trend. I can publish it directly on social media from this window. I can export the video. I can download the video. I can edit the clip. If I want to edit the clip, I click edit the clip and you get a whole video editing screen right here. And we can say, okay, I can change words that are printed. I can change the captions. I can move things around, and I can go to things directly right in the timeline of the video and make adjustments. So it's a pretty powerful tool. It's a pretty good tool. I use this one quite a bit, and I'm going to be even more transparent. I don't go in and edit a bunch of video in there. I pretty much say, what does Opus kick out? I make a half-hour video. Opus makes me 20 clips. I'll go through and I'll watch the 20 clips, and the ones that I like, I schedule for posting. The ones that I don't like, I just kind of hold them. I have a big folder. I have an external hard drive, and every time I create something in Opus, I download all the videos and I put them into that folder in that big external hard drive. So I've got this content that's just kind of sitting there waiting. If I ever need to use it, it's there. And it gives me the ability to repost things 3 months later, 6 months later, things like that. Now, I believe with Opus Clip, I'm on a paid service with them. I paid for the year in advance. I get 60 minutes of conversion every year. And once you convert a video, I believe it holds it for 30 days. So I download all of them, right? Like I said, I download them, I put them in my external hard drive, and I have them. Okay. Some of you are seeing some AI content, and it'll be about, well, I use ChatGPT to make um, a new plugin, right? I'm coding with AI. I am not in that space yet. For me, it was just really important to have a way to get a grip on some of this content production that I need to make to run my agency. And so when you are when you're in my position and you're running an agency and you've got a team of people that you're employing and you're trying to keep everything moving, you would love to say, "Oh, I'm going to be creative. I'm going to make all these videos and I'm going to do this or this." And the truth of the matter is, as much as you'd love to do it, there's not enough time in the day. And you can farm it out, but then it's not personal. It's not you anymore, right? Then someone else becomes the face of your business. And so these AI tools have allowed me to stay the face of the business, have allowed me to use my voice to communicate to our stakeholders that, hey, this is me. This is my company. This is Manana No Mas. We're on time. We're on budget. We don't go back to people and ask for more money. We believe in being efficient and effective. We have a client portal. Like all these things that I communicate, I've been communicating through these tools, and I've been able to do it at scale because, as I just said, I can talk at the screen for 20 minutes, half an hour, and come away with, 20 viral posts that I can put out about that content. That really helps. Now, one of the accounts that I had on X was one that I thought, okay, I probably want to get the blue check mark for this, and I want to have some domain authority. Again, I'm looking for domain authority on things. I'm looking to be the expert. I want people to recognize that we have the content, we have the ideals, we have what people want to do business with us. And so from an AI perspective, I thought, we're on X. I'm going to get the blue check mark. The blue check mark is going to come with Grok. And so I did that. Now, 2 weeks ago, a week ago, I guess Elon Musk made Grok available to everybody. But when I signed up for this, when I signed up for the blue check mark and prepaid for the year on it, I keep going back to this. I prepaid for the year on it. That was Grok came with it. And so if we take a look at Grok, you're going to see another very similar thing to Chat GPT, meaning plain screen, not a lot going on. You got a text box and it's going to say, ask us anything. I'm going to tell you, since Grok 3 came out, I've been really impressed with Grok. You can almost have a conversation with it. And I find the results. I find the results are less biased. There's a lot of bias when you get results from ChatGPT, from God, there's a few of them, Gemini, uh, Perplexity. There's a bunch that I've sampled, and sometimes I'll ask it questions on topics that I know are hot buttons socioeconomically. And what I'm looking for is, what is the bias on this tool? What's the bias on this tool? I want to understand that before I start leveraging the tool. So, uh, not to support any kind of weird ideologies or anything like that, but I want to know what's the bias of the tool, because if the tool has bias, I want to make sure that I plan around that. And so Grok gave me some good experience in using that. And then I reached out to the folks at Magi. Now, this is Dustin. And if we go to, here we are, this is Magi. Now, here's what's really cool about using Magi. If I want to do something to Magi and I start a new chat, this is going to be interesting. I don't have to choose what my platform's going to be with Magi. I can go into Magi and select from any of the platforms. So as you can see, let me make sure it's coming through on the screen. It is. So now I can say, do I want to use Claude? Do I want to use DeepSeek? Do I want to use Gemini? Do I want to use ChatGPT? Do I want to use Grok? Do I want to use Llama? Do I want to use Mistral, Nemotion, Novalite? Folks, there is a ton of AI tools out there, Perplexity, Pistol, Voice GPT. And so when we take a look at this, now we can choose whatever tool we want to use. And this multiplier here is basically telling me what it's going to cost me in an effort to use it. This is something that you'll start to explore with a little bit. If you want to explore with AI, jump into ChatGPT and try the free version. Jump into Grok, use the free version. But if you find you want to leverage it more and more, there are models like this one. This Magi is really quite cool, because if you take a look at, let me go into, is it Gemini? Gemini Flash 1.5. If this will give me what I want to use, it only costs me a tenth of a credit to use it. DeepSeek cost me a half of a credit to use it. Gemini Flash 2.0 is free. Gemini Pro is, again, a tenth of a credit, a half of a credit. GPT 4.0 is a full credit to use it. And what that means is, and this took me a while to figure out, so I just want to make sure I cover this, is if we go into, is it going to have it? It's not. How do I get to it from here? Dashboard chat. What's up here? No, that just closes things. The pricing structure. The pricing structure is so that you get so many words a month, so much computation per month. And so I didn't quite understand it at first, because this is a paid service as well. So I jumped in, I paid for the service, and then I explored, hey, what do these words really mean? Well, if I get 100,000 words a month, that's going to get me so many blog posts. That's going to get me so many chapters of a book written. And it gives you an idea of volume of words. And so then you go, oh, well, that makes more sense. If I can understand it in the scope of what that is, or what it takes, then I'm in a better position to work with that. And so this talk on AI, I'm going to break into like two parts. And so we're rounding this out right now. This is the introduction of a real world journey with AI. Where did I start out? Where did I get to? And next week, when we go live, I'm going to get into this Magi thing a little bit more with you. And I'm going to show you what we've been doing. For instance, if I take a look at Grok, and let's see if I'm on that page. If we go into history and we go into web agency template proposal, I think this is one. This is unbelievably good. So this is like, I want your help with something, right? I want to create a templated page. What do I need to have on that templated page, right? No worries. This is what you need: hosting and maintenance terms, notes for customization. And so it gave me the guidelines to make sure that I had the right content in a marketing-based page. Some people are very functional in the work that they do, and some people are very like ethereal, right? And so AI helps bring that into pattern. So folks, I want to wrap up this talk today, because this was kind of the introduction of the tools that I have used, the tools that I've used in depth that I can comment on with confidence. And next week, when we meet and we extend this this conversation for part 2, we're going to talk a little bit more about how I'm using Magi and how I've been able to grow in my experience with AI, so that I can create my own agents that do a lot of what Right Blogger is doing, without having to leverage the voice of Right Blogger. I want to leverage the voice of Kurt. And so if that's going to happen, I want to make sure I use the right tools. Folks, that's it. I love y'all. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.